Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Enlightening text 10, text 11 and text 12 of chapter 7, Scheduled Incarnations with specific functions of second canto, the cosmic manifestation of Srimad Bhagavatam, text 10. Nabhirasa Vrushabha As Sudevi Sunur Yo Vai Cha Char Samadruga Jada Yoga Charayam Yatapara Mahamsya Vrushayaha Padamam Nanti Swasthaha Prashantakaranaha Parimukta Sangaha. The Lord appeared as the son of Sudevi, the wife of King Nabhi, and was known as Rishabdev. He performed materialistic yoga to equibalance the mind. This stage is also accepted as the highest perfectional situation of liberation, wherein one is situated in one's self and is completely satisfied. Out of many types of mystic performances for self-realization, the process of Jad Yoga is also one accepted by authorities. This Jad Yoga involves practicing becoming like a dumb stone and not being affected by material reactions. Just as a stone is indifferent to all kinds of attacks and re-attacks of external situations, similarly one practices Jad Yoga by tolerating voluntary infliction of pain upon the material body. Such yogis, out of many self-infliction methods, practice plucking out the hairs on their heads without shaving and without any instrumental help. But the real purpose of such Jad Yoga practice is to get free from all material affection and to be completely situated in the self. At the last stage of his life, Emperor Rishabdev wandered like a dumb madman, unaffected by all kinds of bodily mistreatment. Seeing him like a madman, wandering naked with long hair and a long beard, less intelligent children and men in the street used to spit on him and urinate on his body. He used to lie in his own stool and never move. But the stool of his body was fragrant like the smell of fragrant flowers, and a saintly person would recognize him as a Paramhansa, one in the highest state of human perfection. One who is not able to make his stool fragrant should not, however, imitate Emperor Rishabdev. The practice of Jad Yoga was possible for Rishabdev and others on the same level of perfection, but such an uncommon practice is impossible for an ordinary man. The real purpose of Jad Yoga, as mentioned here in this verse, is Prashantakaranaha, or subduing the senses. The whole process of yoga, under whatever heading it may be, is to control the unbridled material senses and thus prepare oneself for self-realization. In this age specifically, this Jad Yoga cannot be of any practical value, but on the other hand, the practice of Bhakti Yoga is feasible because it is just suitable for this age. The simple method of hearing from the right source, Srimad Bhagavatam, will lead one to the highest perfectional stage of yoga. Rishabdev was the son of King Nabhi and the grandson of King Agnidhra, and he was the father of King Bharat, after whose name this planet Earth was called Bharat Varsha. Rishabdev's mother was also known as Meru Devi, although her name is mentioned here as Sudevi. It is sometimes proposed that Sudevi was another wife of King Nabhi, but since King Rishabdev is mentioned elsewhere as the son of Meru Devi, it is clear that Meru Devi and Sudevi are the same person under different names. Text 11. Satre mas Bhagwan Haya Shirsha Tho Sakshat Sa Yajna Purusha Stapaniya Varnaha Chandomayo Makhamayo Akhila Devtatma Vacho Babhu Vurushatiha Shvasato Asya Nastaha. The Lord appeared as the Haigriv incarnation in a sacrifice performed by me, Brahma. He is the personified sacrifices and the hue of his body is golden. He is the personified Vedas as well and the supersoul of all demigods. When he breathed, all the sweet sounds of the Vedic hymns came out of his nostrils. The Vedic hymns are generally meant for sacrifices performed by fruitive workers who also want to satisfy the demigods to achieve their fruitive result. But the Lord is the personified sacrifices and personified Vedic hymns. Therefore, one who is directly a devotee of the Lord is a person who has automatically both served the purposes of sacrifices and pleased the demigods. The devotees of the Lord may not perform any sacrifice or may not please the demigods as per Vedic injunctions, and still the devotees are on a higher level than the fruitive workers or the worshippers of different demigods. Text 12. Matsyo Yuganta Samaye Manunopalabdhaha Kshonimayo Nikhila Jiva Nikaya Ketah Visram Sitanu Rubhaye Salile Mukhan Me Adaya Tatra Vijaharaha Vedamargan. At the end of the millennium, the would-be Vaivasvat Manu of the name Satyavrata would see that the Lord in the fish incarnation is the shelter of all kinds of living entities, up to those in the earthly planets. Because of my fear of the vast water at the end of the millennium, the Vedas come out of my Brahma's mouth and the Lord enjoys those vast waters and protects the Vedas. During one day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus, and at the end of each Manu, there is devastation up to the earthly planets, and the vast water is fearful even to Brahma. So, in the beginning of the would be Vaivasvat Manu, such devastation would be seen by him. There would be many other incidents also, such as the killing of the famous Shankhasur. This foretelling is by the past experience of Brahmaji, who knew that in that fearful, devastating scene, the Vedas would come out of his mouth. But the Lord in the fish incarnation not only would save all living entities, namely the demigods, animals, men, and great sages, but would also save the Vedas. Hare Krishna.